Hello, YouTubers. This is Tia from Musings of a Mystic, and I'm back with another pick a card, pick a deck style reading. I've been watching over my old readings, and they're all like the ones over the last couple weeks. My volume is like weird. I don't know why, but when I'm using my phone, especially in my car, my volume is like off. I'm not even sure why. Like I'll start talking, it'll be normal, then I'll get really loud, and then I'll get really low. I don't know why. Sorry. Anywho, today's question is why do you keep attracting that kind of person? You know, that person, that type of person that you don't want to attract, but some strange reason you keep attracting them. This is inspired by the people that I keep attracting. I keep attracting these old guys. I don't know why. Like maybe it's because I give off really strong Capricorn vibes. I am from that generation of children that's born with that Capricorn stellium. It's like Saturn, Neptune. My sun is in Capricorn. Um, so it's like Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus. And I've also got a node. And I've got two houses in Capricorn. So I just like, I guess I give off old lady vibes. I don't know, but I keep attracting these old guys, and I don't know why. So this is, I guess, inspired by that. Maybe you attract jerks. Maybe you attract Aries. Maybe you attract Leos. Maybe you attract Scorpios. Maybe you attract people who are, I don't know, whatever that is for you. Whatever that is for you. This is that reading. So why do you keep attracting that sort of person? This is going to be deck number one, number two, and number three. If you guys have more time, you can pause the video. Before I get into the video, I will say that I am moving. So if you are buying readings, it'll probably take me like about a week to get your reading to you. This is not a personal reading. This is like a general collective reading. So if you need one, just contact me through my email down below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tip, donate, comment. And yeah, so we will go ahead and get into number one now. Number one is this. Why do you keep attracting that kind of person? Just keep it in your mind what that type is. Um, why do you keep attracting that type of person into your life? That that guy. You keep attracting that guy. Spirit of the highest vibration, please grant me access to the collective energy so I can give concise and accurate answers to the question, why do I keep attracting that? Or why does the seeker keep attracting that sort of person in their life? Whatever that is for them. Remember, guys, these are not personal readings. They will not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. No big deal. Just means the reading is for somebody else today. And if you guys need a personal reading that only resonates with you, you may contact me through email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Why does the seeker keep attracting that guy? That guy. Last time. Why does the seeker keep attracting that guy? Ace of coins, pentacles, four of pentacles, and the six of cups. It's probably something that happened to you in your childhood. Like most people tend to attract what it's like they attract what they're used to. And the bottom of the deck is the four of wands. So like if you grew up in an abusive like childhood type style situation, then you tend to attract people who are kind of like uh, that parent that was abusive or that caregiver that was abusive in whatever way, shape, or form. I keep looking at my can and I see this tree here. I'm curious if you guys are attracting this kind of person that looks like they're like the father figure who is very hard, very stern, very they might look like this person in this tree, someone who is not super easy to get along with. Could be that you're attracting an older person, somebody who might that might accept other things that aren't you, right? So, but you guys are together, right? And for example, you guys are together, but they put other things above you and they don't see your value because this coin down here is on the ground. You don't just leave gold coins on the ground to play with a bug, you know? I feel like you guys attract people who are very stingy with their emotions. They don't show love easily. And the reason why you guys attract this person, this is the Six of Cups, it can indicate childhood and children, nostalgia, and like past lives. And I feel like childhood, for many people, since you are not the same person that you were when you were a child, is a past life. Something that you lived in this lifetime, but it's a past life, right? You're not a child anymore. You have transitioned from being a child to an adult, most likely. So it kind of feels like in your childhood, you had someone who was modeling this behavior of being stingy, of putting others above you, of not really truly seeing your value. Weirdly, I'm getting like an alternate story where if you guys weren't the ones who were ignored, basically, then you're the ones who are like overly doted upon or overly protected. Like you're one of these coins here. Like maybe you had two parents. One was like not seeing your value, and the other one was like stingy with you and wouldn't let you go outside and play, wouldn't let you go to school um, in a normal way. Like you guys probably had a weird childhood where either you had like a mom who like hoarded you and took up all of your attention, and you attract someone who kind of holds you back. Well, alternatively, in the other storyline, this person is holding back from you. So take it how it resonates with you, but the overall reason that I'm seeing this is the whole overall thing that I'm seeing here is it's because you guys had a childhood experience or long-term situation that models the relationships that you get into or models this trait in the people that you attract. And it's like it keeps coming up so that you can heal that situation so you don't have to keep going through it. Um, so that's the way to stop. Is to like find the way to heal it. You first have to look at it and actually see it clearly before you can heal it. It's kind of like cancer. You have to see what kind of cancer it is, where it's at, and then you can like cut it out or irradiate it or whatever you do to get rid of cancer. So I hope that made sense to you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to deck number 2. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys hopefully in the next video. Toodles. This is deck number 2. Why do you guys keep attracting that sort? Why do you guys keep attracting that kind of person? Just keep whatever that kind of person is in your mind so that you can get a more accurate reading, because if you're not focused, you're gonna have a hard time. Like you might get a reading that's like scattered. Um, or one that doesn't resonate with you. Why do you guys keep attracting that kind of person? Please remember, these are not personal readings. They will not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If you need a personal reading that only resonates with you, you may contact me through email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Why do you keep attracting that sort of person? You might attract people who cheat or who are being secretive behind your back or steal, lie. Why do you keep attracting this sort of person? 2. 10 of coins. The 3 of coins. The magician. And the 3 of staffs. I feel like this kind of person. We also got the Hierophant, or the Hierophant, or the Hero. And then the 7 of Swords. I feel like you guys attract people who are manipulative. And you might, because you have a lot of money, or because you have a lot of stuff. Like people who are signified by the 10 of Pentacles tend to have, excuse me, God. They tend to have money. They tend to have resources. They tend to have connections. They get people around them who can get you wherever you want to go. And you might attract like smooth talkers and people who are just, they look good. God, they look good, right? But they have other options. 2 of staffs. Alternatively, you guys might attract people who want a commitment, some kind of deep commitment, and maybe you don't want to be committed. I feel like some of you guys are like, I don't want to do that, and then you like start off the relationship like, I don't want to be committed. I don't want a contract. I just want to like basically have fun, and people are like secretly wanting to like trap you guys in a commitment, and it goes back to being someone who is like a high value, maybe not a high value, but like high status, where either you're very beautiful and you have no money, but beauty is a very high value like trait for people, um, or you have a lot of money and a lot of status, and maybe you're artistic too, and you attract people who want to like trap you into a commitment, and you're like, I laid the ground rules down. I don't want to do this. I don't understand why you guys keep coming at me. It's because people see you as a high value, high status type of person. Now, if that doesn't resonate with you, the beauty and the status doesn't resonate with you, it's interesting because I got this card in the first deck too. It's like, this is childhood nostalgia, things that happened in the past lives. It might, interesting, other message. It feels like past life karma, where you keep attracting this kind of person so that you can use that like I'm getting like alchemy. I'm hearing alchemy, where you can use that energy to transmute it into something else. Like this, the Philosopher's Stone got transmuted from whatever the hell they were using to the Philosopher's Stone. Um, this actually feels kind of like past life karma, and it's gonna keep coming up until you fully address it, so that you don't have to keep going through this lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. That is a very interesting message. Anyway, why do you keep attracting this kind of person? There is some value that these people see in you, and they want it, and they're willing to manipulate to get it, and they want to be able to stay up next to it, whatever that valuable thing is. They want to be able to stay up next to that nice and cozy until either the well runs dry, or until they 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 get what they get enough, basically. You might be a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo. You could also be an Aries, but I feel like you might attract Aries people, and that might be an astrological chart thing, or maybe you have an Aries moon and you attract Aries to you because they're attracted to your moon. Um, what else am I seeing here? Why do you keep attracting this kind of person? I really feel like people see, and maybe you don't have to see it. Other people do. They see some kind of value in you. Maybe you work hard. Maybe you have a good job. Um, Maybe you make a lot of money. Maybe they see the potential for you to make a lot of money. Maybe they feel like you are just the kind of person who is just really pretty or handsome. And they want to be attached to that. Like leeches, I'm pretty sure like lots of famous people or people with lots of money attract a lot of people all the time because um, opposites attract. So if you're like really rich and wealthy, and it doesn't have to be money, it doesn't have to be money. It could just be, you're wealthy in kindness or you're wealthy in whatever way that you are. I hope that made sense, guys. I'm gonna stop rambling. Like I always do this shit when I'm tired, and then I wonder why I feel like I'm rambling, and it's because I'm tired, and I'm also drinking now. So there. But I feel like you guys attract manipulative people because they see value in you. So, and I feel like it's partially a past life thing where this is karma coming back around and you kind of have to deal with it so you can stop attracting these people. It's like once you shift your energy, you can attract something else. So, that being said, you guys might want to look at the law of attraction, do some healing work, some self reflection, and I feel like you guys will. Oh, the other storyline was the person that was getting cheated on by a manipulator. It's because they value the relationship with you and they don't want to leave it, but they're philanderers. So, yeah. Same goes, you just have to um, look inside of yourself, really. I know that sounds like some of that wishy washy, woo woo bull crap, but once you shift on the inside, you will stop attracting these people. And once you stop tolerating that BS, then you won't have that energy in your life anymore. So, with that being said, thank you guys for tolerating my tiredness. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you need a personal reading, my information is down below. To talk now. Deck number 3. Why do you guys keep attracting that kind of person? Please keep whatever that kind of person is in your mind so that I can give you an accurate and concise answer to your question. Why do you keep attracting that sort of person? Please remember, these are not personal readings. They will not resonate with everyone, and that's okay. No big deal. It just means the reading is for somebody else today. If you guys need a personal reading that only resonates with you, you may contact me through email and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Otherwise, why do you keep attracting that sort of person? Oh, Ten of Swords. Already difficult and... Oh, Nine of Swords. Ooh. The King of Pentacles. Jesus. Strange. And the Temperance card. I thought this is a situation that keeps... Like, you guys have a pattern that you haven't reached the end of yet. It's like you get to just the end and then you go right back into it with someone else. Because I've got the 10 and the 9 of Swords here. And the 10 is like the 10 is in the past and then it backtracks to the 9. So it's it's like you start off with the situation and then you just go, you don't move into the Ace of Swords, you move backward to the Nine of Swords. And then you got the King of Pentacles. You might be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or you might have dealt with this person in the past, and this person might have hurt you, and you're being called to heal that so that you can stop repeating that same cycle. You're being called to finally 100% unequivocally end the fuck out of that cycle. Because the 10 is like reaching the end of the cycle. The 9 is like you're close to the end. The 10 is supposed to be the end, but what it looks like is you just start over again. Like you keep going backwards instead of going forward. If that makes sense to you. This is at the bottom of the deck. I just picked up the deck and I was like, oh, let's see what the next few cards are. So you guys have a toxic pattern. Not only is it a pattern, but it's a super fucking toxic pattern. Some of you guys might drink too much, and then when you're drunk, you do certain things that you wouldn't normally do when you're sober. And that kind of ends up kind of fucking your shit up a little bit. And then you go through this pattern where you might be drinking with somebody, and then you guys kind of get into a relationship, a drinking ship, and then that relationship's not healthy, and you get out of that, and then you get into something else with someone else without really doing any self reflection. And when you're not doing that self reflection between relationships, you bring old stuff into a new relationship, or you just fall into the same kind of relationship, which doesn't help you grow any. So if you guys are having like substance abuse issues, what I would do, well, I'm not gonna say what I would do. I would recommend getting some help. No judgment at all. Because I understand what it's like, eh? I understand what it's like, eh? There. But you might also have this habit of, it's like a self fulfilling prophecy where you imagine your worst nightmare and then you do the best you can to avoid it, but then you kind of somehow still step into that worst nightmare. And some of you don't like being alone, but why don't you like being alone? What is it in the silence that you don't like? Is it the thoughts that you're having? Is it that you don't have anybody to talk to? Is that you're using people as as a distraction? Like, why is it that you don't like to be alone? Once you face that, I feel like it's just fear. Like, this is a lot of fear here. Once you face those fears and start to shift your energy, then you should be able to stop attracting these kinds of people. This reminds me of a person that I used to. I wouldn't really consider him a friend. I kind of consider him like an associate of my ex husband. And I was trying to be nice to him, and I was trying to like help him out. I'm not gonna put his all his business out there, but um, in the end, he kind of had this pattern where he had to have somebody with him. He had to have somebody in his house. He had to have somebody like on his arm. He had to, or otherwise he was like super depressed and suicidal and stuff. And ultimately, all of those situations ended, and he like pushed everyone away, even though he he really just he didn't want to be alone. So he would do stuff that push people away, but um, it went against what his goal was. So it's kind of like that, if that makes sense. Like this particular self fulfilling prophecy, you're like, I don't see how I'm doing it, but I'm telling you, you are doing things to push people away. If that is the case for you, and you're being called to face the silence and heal, this always looks like a doctor to me. Like this looks like a doctor to me. You might be suffering from a spiritual illness where you just have an issue with being alone, and I'm hearing seeing things for what they are, and you're basically just being called to heal that. So whatever resonates with you, whether you guys attract people who betray you and stab you in the back, I I understand. Um, or whether you attract people who like help you realize your worst nightmare, or you're afraid of being alone, whatever the case may be, I'm gonna pull the next three cards just to see if I get the Six of Cups, because the last two decks I got the Six of Cups, and I'm curious. Nah, it's fine. But I did get some more very challenging cards. The next three are the Eight of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. Hierophant? No, not the Hierophant. The High Priestess. You guys might have like pushed down some very difficult emotions into your subconscious mind, and all of this stuff, they're illusions. They're like, because the air cards are beliefs, they're like mental energy, things that go on in your mind, things that go on in your head. And you've got this Eight of Swords with this Nine and Ten of Swords. It's like you get to the brink of really realizing and seeing what the problem is, and seeing like things for what they are. Like you get to the brink of ending the situation, ending the cycle, and then you go backward from the nine to the eight, and then you got a five, and you got a two here. So it's like you guys aren't fully ending a cycle. Like I realize that we've all had difficulties in our lives, especially when we were kids, and then we had that first like heartbreak or that first betrayal, and it's like for you guys, you never got over it. You get to the point where you are so close to getting over it, or so close to healing it with the Temperance card, and then you back off of that pain and don't fully feel it, and then like you shove it down in your soul, shove it down into your subconscious mind, into this little box, and then when you feel pain again, when the cycle goes back around, um, you do the same thing over and over again. So it's like you guys are being called to heal from that very first pain, and then after that, the pain after the pain that you felt after that first pain. Let's say like you're a child and you fall down, you hit your knee, but you try not to cry, and then you realize you try not to cry, and then like you eventually just push that pain down into your subconscious, and then next time you fall and hurt your knee, it's like twice as bad because the old pain comes back. So if you like just deal with the old pain, the pain that you felt after that will be a lot easier to deal with because you changed that mental state. You changed the pain meant to you in your mind, if that makes sense. But I feel like you guys have a lot of rejection. Like you feel rejected a lot. Like the first rejection that you have, truly in the first rejection that you guys felt, you felt it hard, and you just kind of keep not healing that old pain, and then when new rejection comes into your life, you keep peeling off that old scab, and it gets worse and worse. So I feel like if you guys maybe get some therapy, because these are mental cards, it'll help you. And the people that you keep attracting to you, they might not pay attention to you. They might be kind of closed off. People who have a lot but won't give a lot. Um, I feel like you might attract a lot of earth energy or people who just feel like they could give you what you want, but they won't. Um, Once you heal, I feel like you'll unlock their other side because earth signs, we can be hard or we can be warm. We can be nice or we can be mean. For some reason, Capricorns get a lot of flack, and I don't understand that bullshit. We're just nice and sweet as ever. We're the goat. Greatest of all time. Sorry, this is kind of semi serious. I apologize. I'm just. Anyway, I hope that made some sense to you guys. I feel like you'll stop attracting backstabbers and people who leave you out in the cold because you did get the Five of Pentacles came out. Um, I feel like you guys think that you're trapped when you're not. You can get out of this. You just might need a little bit of help. If you need a therapist, I encourage you to find one. Um, I have seen one, so I'm not judging you guys. If you guys need to talk to somebody, I suggest you find somebody that you know and that you trust so that you can heal. This person always looks like a doctor to me, like with the. And anyway, so I hope that made sense. Sending you guys nice warm hugs. Please remember to take care of yourselves, especially in these times when we got the beverage out there. If you don't know which beverage, I kind of feel like you guys might need to look it up. Hashtag the beverage, the Roni Rona. Didn't I show you guys that? Yeah. That's interesting. I was talking about some of you guys having substance abuse issues, maybe. Yeah, substance abuse issues. So find a professional that can help you with that. I love you guys. I hope that you are taking care of yourselves. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Okay? Summertime.